Hello. So this is like day 2 of me staying home because I have something. I don't know. It's not the vid, but we'll see how I feel tomorrow. And I'm not ranting and raving about politics today, um, which is good because it's not good for my peace. I still feel strongly about what I feel, but I'm not letting it get me today. And one of the things I do to calm me down is I do pull my own tarot cards. And I want to do that for you guys today. So if you hear anything in the background, it's either cats or it's Michael from Healing and Beyond. Sometimes they refer to him as the Crystal Jesus. I like to refer to him as the Bob Ross of Reiki. So anyway, I'm going to try and figure this out so that way you guys can see it. But you'll see it. Okay, I hope this isn't too shaky, but I'm going to pick the cards off the top, which I never, ever do. That way, okay, and then I'll explain. Okay? And I will shut the camera off so that way I can talk and you won't have to see me shake. Okay, so with the 10 of Wands, a lot of times that can be, carrying a burden. And well, let me just tell you before, so my little thing on my thing that holds my phone to my stand or whatever, and I'm just lazy. I just want to be in my bed. But anyway, so the little thing that holds that up, it broke. So I'll just show them what I'm doing and then I'll go from there. But anyways, so when I do the 4 cards, it's your current energy, what you need to work on, what you could use or embody to help you, and then what the outcome is. And then the 4 on the bottom is kind of like your clarifying. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll go from there. So the 10 of Wands, a lot of times, people think that's, you're carrying a burden, and Wands can be spiritual. So, but it could also be because 10 is like, the end of this journey, or maybe the end of like the burden part for now. So you're kind of at this point where you've been kind of carrying this heavy load, and I'm just going to go with how I feel spiritually. And then being that we have the high priestess with it, I feel like we're, like they always tell you, use that, the inner knowing, your intuition to kind of help you. And I feel like you're at this point to where you're understanding your intuition a little bit better. So, and then the things we kind of need to work on, Knight of Wands, definitely with me, okay? So always just kind of like rushing to things. I know that a lot of times we think of the Knight of Swords that way, but Knight of Wands, a lot of times people think in the same way, you're rushing in passionately, and I do that a lot. So for me, I need to work on that. I need to not react so fast, kind of like take slower steps. When I get an idea or I'm passionate about something, slow down a little bit, use that temperance, right? And then you have the 9 of Cups. I know with the Crow Tarot, sometimes it's hard. My husband always says, it's like, I can't tell what I'm looking at. Well, that's what it is. It's 9 of Cups. But that's, wish fulfillment. That's your happiness, right? So this is something that we need to use to work with, in my spread anyway. I saw it somewhere. I can't remember what her name was, but I liked it. So it made sense to me because I always do 4. And so you have that, and I feel like what you need to work with. Okay, so you need to, it's kind of like understanding what you do have and not being caught up in the outside world and all the things that, you get passionate about, that you rush in and you freak out about, or you want to help and save people. Understand what you have and the power you have in your King of Wands self that I feel like you have. And the fact that you are able to stand in your ground and be a powerful leader and be somebody that can, push past all this crazy stuff that goes on. And then I feel like with the Ace of Swords, that's clarity. Obviously, it's clarity. For me, that's what it means. I know it can mean some other things sometimes, but for me, this is definitely clarity, because that's what I strive for all the time, because I go in and out of being, passionate and all over the place. And then I have to kind of slow myself down. I like that about myself, though. I'm coming to the point where I'm okay knowing that that's who I am, because it brings in a lot of ideas. I do need to temper myself when I'm a little passionate at the moment. But at the same time, this is what brings in ideas for me. This is what brings in information for me to kind of sift through, to kind of get that, oh, okay, this is what this means. This is what I mean for me. Because I feel like we rely on so many outside sources that we don't even have faith in ourselves. And we really need to look at those parts of ourselves, those shadow aspects. And we really need to think about, okay, well, that's why I have this. This helps me with this. Okay, and so we have the Four of Pentacles. A lot of times people think of, you're holding back, which I do have a tendency to do that. I have a tendency to, I get excited about something, and, especially in love, and then you're like kind of stingy with that love. But for me, I feel like this is more of like a security. This is like, you have to open up yourself a little bit, and be a little bit vulnerable, right? Maybe it's financial, but for me, I feel like it's all around allowing yourself to be vulnerable. This is how I'm feeling it. I don't claim to be like a psychic or anything like that, but intuitively to me, this is what it means for me. And I feel like if there's somebody out there that resonates with that, maybe that will help you. But I feel like that's what this is. I feel like this is saying, you're there, you got to just trust yourself and kind of tweak those little areas in yourself that you lose your grip, rushing in and being all excited and passionate. So now I'm going to pull a, what are they called again? Crystal Angels Oracle. My husband got me this, and he found them at I think it was like an antique shop in our small. It's a mall, but it's really small. If you come from a small town, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I'm going to pull one of those because they're really cool. I like them, and I'll video that, and then I'll talk about it. Okay, so I'm on my bed, so it's very unstable. This is my favorite blanket. It's got a bear on it. So, okay, we're going to pick one. Okay, Garnet. Purification and detoxification. It's time to release physical, energetic toxins from your life. So, I don't know if you can see that real good. All right. And then I want to pull another one that I got just because I'm so sorry that it's shaky. Where is it? Anyways, it was Moonstone, and it talked about you had heightened intuition, but I don't like the way I pulled it because I just split it, and I thought, you know what, I'll just mention it at the end, so that might help you too. Give me a second, and I will put both those cards up so you guys can look and see what that means to you. Yeah, so the Moonstone says heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it is trustworthy. And then, that was the Moonstone. And so with the purification and detoxification of the Garnet, I think what we're being told is to, align with yourself, trust yourself, and it wouldn't hurt to detoxify, probably some of the foods we eat, that type of thing. That might keep your head from being clear. I know it does for me. If I eat better, I do a little bit better. And just like, remember you are pure. You are source, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it. We have that ability, and trust your inner knowingness. I think when we do that whole rushing to say certain things that come off the top of our head, it's just because we need that validation. And I'm admitting that. Yeah, I do that because sometimes I feel like I need that. Sometimes you are doing it because you're extremely passionate and you really do care about what you're saying. And it's not that you're uncaring. It's just because, you're excited and you want everybody to know what you have to say, right? So, but sometimes it's received a little bit better. And I feel like also not letting all those outside influences get you upset to where you can make the right responses. And the things that you do say are more heart-centered, more what you are on the inside, more intuitive than responsive. So, okay, so that's all I have for today. And I am going to put Fred and Norma at the end because they were adorable and laying next to me, all lovely and cuddly. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.